What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Indyboi Racing here, and I hope you brought some floaties because things are about to get a little bit wet and wild in here. As you can already see, launching off the starting line as Yuki Tsunoda in the AlphaTauri here. Almost lost my positions. I try to get him back, but anyways, we're not here to discuss this Japanese Grand Prix. We're here to discuss the real Japanese Grand Prix that took place just a few days ago, depending on when you watch this. And let me tell you, it was dramatic, it was problematic, and at times it was very boring. Why? Why was it all those things? Because this circuit has a rich history and love for it, okay? Has a very classic feel and design to it. The F1 drivers love it. However, it does have a tragic backstory, and similar situation almost happened on Sunday this year in 2022. What is the backstory? Some of you may be wondering if you don't know. In 2015, similar situation during a yellow flag. Cars are following under the safety car. A tractor is on the circuit recovering another car that had gone off into the wall. However, sadly, driver Jules Bianchi loses control of his car, sliding underneath the tractor and then into a wall, succumbing to his injuries and passing away a few months later. Not only did this lead to the discussion of the halo, but now we're bringing the discussion of, does Suzuka belong on the F1 calendar? I've seen that posted throughout social media. However, why are we having this discussion? And that's because drivers throughout F1, free practice 1, 2, and 3 practice on intermediate because the conditions were not as bad. It was wet and sprinkling here and there, but there wasn't tremendous amounts of rain downpouring. There weren't rivers on the track. There wasn't tons of standing water. All right, intermediate tires only displace 30 liters of water a second at 200 miles per hour, or for you guys over the pond, 300 kph. Because the full wet blue tires displace 85 liters a second at the full 200 miles per hour. That's a bathtub. All right? And that's what they should have started on for this race. However, they started on intermediates, and immediately within 2 laps, Carlos Sainz aquaplanes goes into the wall, causing debris onto the track. Pierre Gasly picks up a piece of advertisement that Sainz had hit, blocking his vision for a full lap. Alex Albon then DNFs at the hairpin just about because of engine issues. However, as they go under a yellow flag, then to a red flag because of just the horrible wet conditions, Pierre Gasly is not only speeding, but we have a tractor on track removing a car while cars are still on the track. So this leads to the discussion. What the heck is a tractor doing on? Are they going to keep making this mistake and put the lives at risk here? It's tremendously dangerous. However, though, Pierre Gasly was speeding, or was he trying to maintain a delta? Because he states no matter at 100 miles per hour or 200 miles per hour, once you slip and hydroplane, you are a passenger in that car, and for that tractor to be there, it is extremely dangerous. Like, what's going on? I stand with Pierre on this one. No matter at what speed you're going, that tractor there with the cars still on the circuit should have never happened. And as much as I love this circuit, with this being one of my favorites, this does need to be discussed. Like, can we move it to a different time of the year when we're not constantly hitting this type of weather? Or does it have to be removed? I don't think so. Just move it to a different time of year. Alright? Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. Now, they get back to the race. Green flag after 2-hour delay. They're back to racing. They have now 45 minutes or to reach the halfway point, which was 28 laps out of a 57-something race. And reaching this halfway point, or the 28 laps, halfway point, would reward them full points for the race. If they did not complete that, they would be rewarded 2/3 of points. So, This is what was discussed on F1 TV. This is what viewers believed. This is what even the drivers believed. Because if you listen to the radios of the drivers afterwards, they didn't even know they finished the race, a majority of them. So that you can see where there will be confusion here later on who won the world championship. Because Max Verstappen is 27 seconds ahead of Checo and Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc in second place, my bad, sorry. And he is defending his life. He is defending his pride, everything Ferrari stands for at this moment, because Perez is just pressuring him and pressuring him. It is beautiful to watch, because on the last lap here at this chicane, Charles Leclerc is forced into an error, goes off into the AstroTurf. Perez makes a beautiful pass right through it. But before he can get across that finish line, Leclerc comes right back onto the track, forces him wide, and finishes in second place. Perez in third, and of course Verstappen in first. However, as I mentioned, debacle with the points, debacle with the belief of how many laps did we complete, because Verstappen during his interview, they state, hey, sorry you didn't win the championship, you'll get them next time, ace. And he goes, yeah, get him in Texas, we'll give him Mexico. And then Perez comes up, discusses the whole story of what was happening there of Charles Leclerc, and all of a sudden the announcer goes, oh, 5-second penalty was awarded? Oh, so that means Max Verstappen is world champion. Because all of a sudden, we're being told that full points are rewarded, they reach the halfway point, and therefore Max Verstappen is our world champion. And I will just state this right away. I firmly believe he deserves it. He is so far ahead. He has points enough for the next world championship. And no matter how many scenarios you play out in your head, if he DNFs here, Leclerc first here, he's gonna win it. Okay, I'm a McLaren fan. Okay, and I just have to accept it. I'm losing my favorite driver. Okay, talk about gaslighting yourself into believing something. Okay. Anyways, we move forward. So how fast did that penalty get rewarded to Leclerc? Before he could even get onto the track, an investigation banner was shown on the screen. So right away, FIA was stepping in when it comes to Verstappen's, championship points. That's the belief that we're seeing around, is that the FIA stepped in immediately and gladly threw a 5-second penalty and stated, no, our regulations have changed. Also, he's getting full points, so he is our world champion. And as we've seen over the course of the season and previous seasons, it's a little out of character for them. There's been some confusion recently with their recent calls, how they've been having the races, the safety cars, and so it leads to a question then of what's going on. Are they really playing buddy-buddy with Red Bull? Is Christian Horner really that much of a sweet talker? So, I strongly believe that he has won the championship just because that boy does have talent. Some may say it's the car. And that's a whole other discussion, as we've recently learned that Red Bull surpassed the budget cap, and they're saying, well, Max Verstappen's a hungry boy, okay? We got a lot of catering to do. Really pushes a lot of boundaries and brings things into question of who should have won the championship last year. Mercedes, Red Bull, Leclerc, Verstappen. But anyways, Japanese Grand Prix, that is the ultimate discussion we have. Did the FIA do something funky with the regulation in order to reward full points during this extremely wet race that was red flagged, suspended for 2 hours, but then resumed? And then they did their 27 to 28 laps. Also, was Pierre in the wrong? And was the FIA right to reprimand him so strongly for the next race for speeding under a red flag condition, even though they had a tractor out there? A lot of questions, a lot of concerns. Let me know where you stand. I want to know your thoughts, your comments. Please remember to like, subscribe. Almost died there going into the wall. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know. And hey, I'll see you next time.
Is it real sweat?
It's real sweat. I'm a high-performance athlete. Athletes sweat. Sweat, baby. Sweat, sweat.